I've been interested in the jockeying between or among a lot of different Republicans who would like to run against incumbent Governor Chet Culver. And it's been interesting to sort of see the dynamics of it, because you had some early candidates who said, yeah, I'd like to run. Then you suddenly began to see Terry Branstad show an interest. He created a committee. He grabbed a lot of the attention. And of course, as I predicted, and this was quite a bit ago, if Terry Branstad gets into this race, I said he probably will pop to the top, and he probably will be, at least at the beginning, pretty competitive against Chet Culver. Well, it's looking that way. There was a poll in the Des Moines Register recently which shows two things. One, it shows that Governor Culver at this point in November of 2009 has slipped below 50%, and there is a kind of a rule about incumbents that if they slip below 50% in these kinds of contests, that's a danger zone. He's got to get himself higher in the public opinion. The other thing it showed was that Terry Branstad, at least this early on, is doing quite well. He would, if the election were held today and all the people would vote the way they said they would, he would win. Bob Vanderplatz is in second place, and behind me here on the wall you can see Vanderplatz ran with Jim Nussle at one point, and of course there's Chet Culver's poster from the last time he ran. So I thought I'd put some, this is my political paraphernalia corner here, where I've got all kinds of stuff from elections and political contests. And it's interesting to see that Vanderplatz had, you know, essentially some shelf life, so to speak, because he's back in now and running for, actually for governor, or he wants to run for governor, or he wants to beat Terry Branstad in the primaries, I guess. So what we're looking at for 2010 is going to be a very exciting political season with a whole lot of different Republicans trying to sell their experience, their message on social issues and the economy, an incumbent governor who is going to work very hard to try essentially and say, I've done everything I could to stop the free fall of the economy. This all wasn't my fault. I've been a leader, and Iowa is actually doing pretty well nationally, which it is in terms of its business climate and so on. And it'll be very interesting to see who the Republicans end up choosing as their candidate, and then how if it's Terry Branstad, how he would compete against Chet Culver. If it's Vanderplatz, it looks as though it would be much more a race on social issues versus the incumbent, whereas Branstad probably will pretty much run a campaign based on the fact that he has experience. He was governor for 4 terms, and he can say, I went through ups and downs, I cut budgets, I had to increase revenue at some point, but you know what? When I left Iowa, I had the state running and a lot of things fixed, and I would like to try to do that again. Probably he'll be attacked for having cut budgets and for some of his positions on fairly conservative social positions. But it'll be a wonderful season, as much fun as football. Thank you.